find the missing part. Let's take a look at this problem. 6 plus 10 equals blank. Here we see we have a part, and we're missing the whole. So we're going to use our number bond to show 6 as a part and 10 as a part, meaning they are looking for the whole. One way to do that, when the kids first started in first grade, they were just drawing circles. So I could draw 6 and 10, and I could count up all of the circles. Okay, that takes a bit of time, but it's one way to do it. So combining the two parts. As the kids got more proficient and more organized, we introduced 10 frames. So they were then putting each part into the 10 frames. So 6 and 10. And they know when the 10 frame is full, they have 10. So they don't have to wait and count up 10 because they know the 10 frame is full. So it's 10. 10 and 6, and you would find the whole. Now students are learning how to draw quick tens. So with 6, we have 6 ones. And with 10, we have a group of 10. So I'll draw 110. Okay. So 110, 6 ones, is 16. So that's become the more efficient way to do things. It's important to be organized and efficient in math. So kids began drawing out all the dots. Then they drew out all the dots, but in a more organized way. And now we're working on quick tens. So we draw the tens, we draw the ones, we put them together and see how many we have. Another way to think about doing this, which is similar but a little different, is keeping the 10, putting 10 in your head, because that's the larger number. We don't want to count on the larger number. That just takes more time. So we put 10 in our heads and count up 6. So we'd say 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then we would write 16 in the hole, where the hole goes. So that's another way, just counting on. They could have used their fingers to count up those 6. They just need to know when to stop counting. And just as a side note, when I draw my dots, I draw them like they're in a 10 frame. So I can look at this quickly and know that that's 6 instead of having to count each individual one. So sometimes our problems are like this: part, part, whole. We put the parts together, we find the whole. Sometimes our problems look like this, where we have part, and I'm going to fill in my number bond. So we have part, so in this case 5 is a part. This time the other part is missing. We don't know that yet, so that's a missing part. But we do have one other piece of information, and that's that the whole is 15. Now, in order to find that, we do have a few strategies to figure that out. One way is to count on. Sometimes that can be a little more labor intensive, but again, use those drawing strategies at the beginning to help you figure this out. So we could go from 5 and stop at 15 and see how many circles we drew. So we could say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Stop. I've reached the whole. I've reached 15. Now I don't even need to count all these. As long as I've put them in rows of 5, I can look at this and know that there's 2 rows of 5, or 10. And so then I would know that my missing part would be 10. So that counting on is one way to think about this problem. Another way to think about this problem is by rearranging it. So when we rearrange this problem, because addition and subtraction are commutative, I can change them around and still get the same answer. That's why I think the number bond is important, because we see that 5 and 10 and 15, that those 3 numbers are connected. Okay? In my addition sentence, I could say 5 plus 10 equals 15. Or I could say 10 plus 5 equals 15 and, reach the same, find that missing part. I could also think of my numbers as subtraction. So, had I not counted up, I could have subtracted. We could draw 15 circles and cross off 5 circles. That is a bit time-consuming. Using our quick tens is a good strategy because it's a little more efficient. It's still a drawing, but it's a bit more efficient. So I'm going to have 1 10, because in the number 15 there's 1 10, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. So 15, 1 10, 5 ones. I see that we're subtracting. Okay, I'm not always going to say take away. I just want to say minus. There's actually quite a few different kinds of subtraction problems. So we want the kids to get used to saying minus. So 15 minus 5. Okay. If I'm subtracting 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can cross off those 5, and I'm left with one group of 10. So I still get the same answer, okay, because those 3 numbers are connected whether we're adding or subtracting.